we're so proud of you. We're so glad you worked so hard for this. And they were all really sweet. And then we had to do this like little teaser thing. So I'm like crying. I'm like, my nose is running. And they're like, okay, stay tuned next year for American Idol. And I'm like, I'm like trying to be happy. And I was, but I was bawling. But they were very sweet. And Simon actually gave me a hug. And I was like,
he gave you a hug.
He gave me a hug. Randy was always cool. And Paula's always, she's always in everybody's
Did you ever go home and cry after? Critique?
Actually, no.
No?
Not really. Simon was very, very nice to me compared to what he said to some other people. Yeah. So I'm just like, thanks, Simon, I love you.
You never cried. Yeah. What about instant fame? How is instant fame to go from, like, what do you miss? Do you miss anything?
I really do. I miss being home. I miss being able to just walk into my room and lay down and chill. I miss my brother and my family. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because I know they're always going to be there for me, and they've always been there, and they're so supportive. But I miss sleeping in my bed.
What about friends? Did you have any friends that kind of turned on you? Because it's weird, because a lot of the times people in the entertainment industry or any type of success, it doesn't have to be entertainment, just any type of big success, a lot of people say, you've changed. And a lot of the times the person hasn't necessarily changed yet, but the friends have changed, like expecting some certain things or sometimes feeling a little uncomfortable, not knowing how to deal with you. Did you have to deal with that?
The thing was I really found out who my true friends were. Like, there were people who I had only said hi to that were like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? But my really good friends are really cool because I told them, I'm like, I haven't changed. Everything around me has. Like,
exactly.
I'm gone a lot. I'm so sorry. I can't call every day like I used to, or we can't hang out all the time. It's really cool because they understand. Like, my best friend, Bailey, hi, I love you. She left me a message the other day. She's like, I miss you so much, and I just want to talk to you, but I know you're really busy. Just call me when you can, and I'll be here.
How long have you been friends with Bailey?
Wow, this will be our 16th year. Like, we've known each other since we were in preschool.
Oh,
so,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Hold on to her.
Best friend.
That's the real deal.
I can
Even if you guys get in a knockdown, drag out, I liked him, no, I liked him, no, I liked No, just like that is the true girl. I love you, Bailey.
Really that's great. I miss you. Hi, I miss you. There you are.
There she is. She's right there.
I miss you. I love you. Please don't ever forget that I love you, and I'm always thinking about you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I think you're absolutely adorable.
Oh, thank you.
And I can tell that you're still that sweet girl before the whole American Idol thing happened.
Thank
you. Your spirit is still very good. When people say, oh, you're so great, don't change, say, well, I haven't changed now, I'm not going to change. This is who I am. All right?
This is me.
All right. And I'm going to be calling you girl for that part. I'm serious.
Sounds good. I love you, by the way. I just had to get that out. Okay.
Oh. I love you, too. We'll be right back. Up next, Danielle Fishel gives us the exclusive story behind her arrest.
He said, you know, have you been drinking? And he has a flashlight in my face. And it's, 4:15 in the morning. It's a pretty standard question, I think.
Next, all new Tyra.
I got some ice cream fat, and I got some muffin fat.
5 women have 5 weeks to lose weight.
I want to lose 30 pounds. I'd like to lose about 15 pounds.
If they can lose the weight, they could win thousands. Erica weighed 163.5 pounds, but now she weighs... Amazing transformations that shocked their family and only took 5 weeks. The winner is... Next, all new Tyra. To the Tyra Show family, and recently she faced a really difficult and humbling situation, and it made headlines everywhere. Today she's here to open up about that experience for the first and very last time. I'm talking about Tyra Show correspondent Danielle Fishel.
We are pushing product today, people!
You know Danielle Fishel as the spunky and intelligent Topanga from Boy Meets World. In 2007, Danielle became an official Tyra Show correspondent.
We're coming for you.
Come on in.
From uncovering the dangers of the casting couch.
Does anybody even know you're here?
We have stretch marks. We didn't win American Idol.
To championing the ideals behind our So What parade. She's become a familiar face to our audience. But earlier this year, Danielle's face was in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. She was arrested in connection for a DUI. Her mugshot was even posted on TMZ and all over celebrity blogs. In a Tyra Show exclusive, Danielle is here today to tell us the real story. All right, Danielle, come on out. Okay, so you are our girl here at the Tyra Show. You go out and you correspond, you get out there and you ask all the questions that people want to know. But now you're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
And now I'm asking you, you know, difficult and tough questions. Tell me how it all happened. How did it start?
Well, I just, you know, every girl, every person out there has their bad days, and I had been having a really bad day. I was going through just some emotional stuff, and at the time that this happened, I wasn't living close by to my family, and I just decided my cousin was actually having a graduation party at my aunt's house, and I needed some family time. I wanted to be with my family. So I made the hour drive down to where my family lives and spent some quality time with them. And my cousins, two of my girl cousins and I are very close. We're all within a year of each other, and we decided to go out with her girlfriends and their girlfriends, and we went out and just had a girls' night. We had a designated driver from their house to the bar. Probably had about 3-4 drinks, stiff drinks. I don't mix with Coke. I drink whiskey or vodka or whatever. Probably had 3 or 4 drinks at the bar. Had a designated driver back to their house. Picked up food, ate, waited for several hours, drank a ton of water. I knew at the time that we left the bar I was not ready to drive. I wasn't capable of driving. Waited until I felt good, till I felt like, all right, I'm more than anything now, I'm just tired, and I need to get back home. I've got responsibilities. It was actually Father's Day that next morning, so I was going to be making breakfast for my dad. So, I need to get back home. So I drove home and thought I was fine. I was driving on the freeway. I was about 80% home. And I see a police officer get on the freeway. I was on cruise control. I wasn't swerving or speeding or anything. And he ends up pulling me over, and he says, do you know why I pulled you over? And I say no. And he says, well, your registration tag is expired on your license plate. In California, you have to have your registration tag,
on the license
plate. And mine was in my glove box. I hadn't put it on yet. And so I explained that to him. I said, oh, it's just right here in the glove compartment. And before I could even really answer that, he said, have you been drinking? And he has a flashlight in my face. And it's, 4:15 in the morning. It's a pretty standard question, I think. And I was honest with him. I said, yeah, I've come from hanging out with some of my girlfriends and my cousins and had a couple of drinks earlier, but that was hours ago, And he said, well, do you mind if I, give you the field sobriety tests? And at this point now you start shaking. You're already nervous, and you had been drinking. You've just been very honest about it. Like, how am I going to do? You've seen this in movies. You're like, what am I going to be?
The whole thing with the touch and the this and the that.
Yeah, and you're on the side of the road, and people are driving by, and it's unbelievably terrifying. And, you're just trying to be compliant, too. You just want to, of course, these are police officers, and I respect authority. I'm like, sure, I'll get out of the car, and you do the field sobriety tests, and they have all kinds of different ones. I was in 5-inch heels, and I'm bouncing on one foot with arms out to the side, looking up to the sky. And, at the end of the field sobriety test, he goes, okay, well, you actually did pretty well on the field sobriety tests, but you did tell me you had been drinking, so I am going to ask you to blow into the breathalyzer. And, all right, that's what I have no idea. I've never blown into a breathalyzer before, nor have I ever seen how much it takes, how much alcohol it takes for you to actually reach a legal limit or to be incapable of driving. So I was terrified at that point. And I blew into the breathalyzer, and I blew over a 0.08.
0.08, yeah.
Yeah. And they had to arrest me.
What did that feel like? Did he put you in handcuffs and everything?
Oh, yeah. And I mean,